muffin, his downstairs neighbor. Oh, you speaking to the mic, and then you put the headphone. Okay, I forgot. This is like, forgot this was like, I think chocolate. All right, so his downstairs neighbor muffin came in by sunglasses. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little out of it because it was very hot.
I'm not sure I see.
And she was like, can you pass me those lavender glasses?" And I passed her like the wrong ones, and she was like, "No, baby, the lavender ones right there." And I was like, "I'm taking this off." And then I was like, "Okay, yeah." And I passed it to her. And then I saw a group of them. I saw like this light skinned dude with like curly hair. I'm like, "Oh, they look cool." And then I saw his tattoos, and I was like, "That's like a weird tattoo. Like it's like little words, different patterns, curves all over down your arm." So I was like, I gotta ask him about it. I was like, "I like your tattoo," and he, "Oh, do it. Do we have headphones on?" Yeah.
Oh, the numbers.
Yeah.
All right, Lloyd, pick a number between 1 and 10. There you
Um, 6.
go. I'm glad you picked 6 because everybody picked 7.
Yeah, I picked
Everybody.
7.
Everybody, like literally everybody. It's crazy. Let's see.
You might have to talk closer to the mic. I don't know. You
Oh,
can
maybe I
honestly
should just pick this bitch up, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want.
It won't do that, but like you can like
Okay.
type shit.
Okay, perfect. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So the quote. I'm like a walking fortune cookie.
Oh.
I have like mad quotes on my body, so I just tell people to like tell me a number, and then I just pick one, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know. The one that you picked is we all must suffer one of two pains: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret.
That's fire. That's very fire.
Wait, that was a question.
What?
Wait, what's 7?
No. So there's 10 quotes, 1 question.
Oh, wait, what's 7 again? What was the quote? Let me see if I remember. It was like something about if you're here from nothing,
Yeah.
imagine what you can do from what you have now.
It sounds pretty dumb when you say it, but like you had the right idea. Like it sounded like not like quotable at all.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't sound like a quote.
Thank you.
You had the idea.
Yeah.
It
I
says,
get the.
if what you have today was created from nothing, imagine what you can create what you have today.
Boom.
That's fire.
How does the one that I told you relate to your life? I'm curious.
Well, I'm very, at least lately, I've been very big on like being disciplined because I realize how much like your whole, if you can be disciplined through your whole day, then like you could accomplish literally anything. You know, like
It's not nicotine. Do you want nicotine? Okay.
No. Wait, what is this?
it's the
THC?
THC Delta 8 combined?
it's like everything except for the regular THC.
Oh.
How old are you? Oh,
I'm looking at my ankles. My fault. How old do I look?
23.
That ass tastes like lemonade.
Yeah, it does. I was like, it's a little sour.
Yeah, it's like.
I told him he looked 26. 26, 27.
I could have gone older.
Old ass nigga.
I'm 20.
You're 20. Oh wow, I thought you were older.
God damn.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
And
I think it's for a reason.
yeah, I mean you have a older demeanor.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It's like I don't know. I feel like some people give off like younger demeanors, and some people give off older.
I feel like you're very mature for your age.
Maturities.
That day, that Thursday when I hung out with y'all was really, I'm sure y'all were watching me. I was studying y'all. And that's
I
how
was studying you, studying me.
Ooh.
I was studying you, studying me, studying me. But yeah,
But so what did you learn from watching us?
I'm still deciding. I'm still like,
You're still studying?
yeah, still studying. I mean, yeah, it was pretty much the full day, but just one day.
Yeah.
I'd say y'all are very creative and business oriented. Y'all telling me about like the Bitcoin thing. I would never really like gone into Bitcoin, but y'all were like excited because y'all like met a mark, and like the fact that y'all even made a mark, I was like, okay, so they're planning something. They're on their shit type shit.
Type shit.
Type
I mean,
No?
like you said, like discipline is a big thing in my life
Yeah.
right now. So it's like I know I'm not performing to like the highest level that
That
I
you
can.
can. Yeah.
And
I'm leaving a lot on the table. Type shit.
also that you yourself are very giving. Like how you had Adam come over and you were just like, I have this Nike sweater for you. And he was like, where you got this? Where you got this from? Nike. Or like you called him like, do you want a sandwich? And you just like made him a sandwich. And I respect that.
I appreciate that. I mean,
That's nice.
it's like that's what I was raised to be. Type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I really don't know. Like I genuinely am just a giving person.
It's like you do it without knowing.
I do it without knowing, and it's like I'm genuinely not expecting anything in return.
Mm.
Like I'm just giving you this.
It's in
Like
your
I'm just
nature.
doing this for you because I genuinely want. Like I stay like, oh, okay, this is weird. So I feel like it started as who my parents created, but then like now in my mind, the way it's justified is like I'm optimistic as fuck. So like if you ask me to do something, I'm not gonna think, what the fuck? Like, what is he gonna do for me? I'm gonna think, okay, how can what he's asking me to do help me? How can I like grow or learn from
Yeah.
whatever it is I'm supposed to be doing right now? Type shit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I feel like today, Muffin actually, she works from home, so she was on the clock, and she asked me if I could go get her some lingerie for her job, type shit, and then what else? And some food, and I was like, sure.
Why not?
Because like I know one of the things in the back of my mind, like we've discussed, is that I'm trying to move. So I'm like, okay, like might as well like take this opportunity to go look at like
Different
other
areas.
areas type
Yeah.
shit. Cause I'm gonna be, you know what I mean? Like it's nice to get outside. Like it's nice to get like I don't know the wind.
So you find whatever the favor that you're doing, you find not necessarily how it helps you, but
how it could
help you. Yeah.
shit.
Like you don't look for them to return. You just look for something for yourself that you could do
Yeah,
while helping them.
exactly. Because it's like if you're focused on the other person at all throughout this like and the entire interaction, if you're focused on trying to control like them in any way, you're just
Yeah.
like fuck yourself up.
Yeah.
So it's like okay, or trying to like I don't know, like get something from them. If you're trying to like again control them in any way, because you doing something for somebody and expecting something in return is trying to control like
Yeah.
when they give you shit. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of like backwards as fuck.
Goofy.
Are you religious at all?
I actually-
Religious? I don't like I'm not religious, but I believe in God.
Okay. Me
Type
too.
shit.
Me too.
Is it that you, like I said this on a podcast before, do you like believe in God or do you believe that there is a God?
That's a great question.
Thank you.
I've actually never thought about it. I think
Because if you say, sorry for cutting you off.
no, I didn't really have anywhere to go.
If you say, if I believe in God, it's like, who's God? Because there's different religions and different gods and different religion. I know you said you were raised Christian, but then you also said, but I'm religious. So that kind of tells me that you don't believe in that God, but you believe in a God.
I said I'm not religious.
Exactly.
You said I'm religious.
Well,
That's what he just said, right? Okay.
I did say that?
Yeah.
Well, you said that
Go
you're
ahead.
not
Yeah.
religious, but like you also said that you believe in God. So that's
Yeah.
why.
So I guess like growing up, I always like I was Christian, raised Christian, like Christian.
like
okay.
heavy.
Like my dad, or you guys don't know this, but like K-Love is like a radio station that plays just Christian gospel. You know, not gospel, Christian music. You know
Yeah.
the difference.
Mhm.
You know the difference.
Like that Franklin dude.
Like
I know.
gospel is like black people,
Yeah.
and then Christian music is like white people. Like
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
praise him, like you know what I mean, like nah,
There's no
type shit. Like and then niggas like hey, like you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like niggas is lit, like niggas is putting mad energy in that shit and gospel.
no.
Whereas like Christian music don't get me wrong. Like they still have some like great music, great artists.
I have a Christian playlist. Like I wouldn't consider myself Christian, but I'd be bumping that Christian music.
You have a whole playlist though. That's interesting.
Sometimes it's about the energy.
Yeah, Brody.
That the
You're
music.
like, let me hear about Jesus Christ right now.
Yeah. Sometimes you just be in that mood and you just like, you know what? And you put it on. It's no white people music. It's no white people gospel music though.
What do you mean?
That's the
Like it's like the Jesus loves me. No, none of that song. It's like
I thought you were saying like there's no such thing, and I was like, nah, bro. Like
no, yeah, I know.
you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like,
but it was mostly like the stomp. You know the stomp
that's
song.
Exactly what came to my mind.
Yeah, that's that shit. Nah, but or what I was saying is, my dad used to, or not used to this day, and again, no respect to like any like white people like gospel. I mean, Christian music, because like I said, they have good songs too.
Yeah, like we love your culture, right?
Yeah, we had to be in the mood for it though. You know what I mean? Like, you had to be like, okay, like really like relaxing, like ready to like listen to this. Yeah. For me personally, not you, me. That's how I feel. Can't speak for anybody else. But what you call it? What was I saying? Oh, he plays that on the radio
24/7.
24/7.
360.
On every floor of the house.
Wow.
There's like 3 different radios.
No respect.
At least you get some variety.
That's how religious they are. Or not religious, but how Christian, like, yeah.
My mom, she is a heavy Christian. She would play like gospel music, but like not throughout the house. But like she really is still to this day.
I really like. Okay, sidebar. Do you ever think you could give up all other music and like like a lot of them really just listen to Christian music, and I'm like, that's wild.
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever let go of like all the rest of music.
Like I know your favorite artist is my favorite artist.
Facts.
Hey.
I couldn't.
I know.
I couldn't give him up. I can't give Frank up.
Yeah, I couldn't.
And you shouldn't have to.
I won't.
So that's interesting because now you make me think about or what I was saying before because I never finished the thought. My parents are very Christian like that, but how that translated to me was like, okay, after a while when I became kind of conscious of my like own thoughts, I was like, wait, like these aren't mine. Like I'm not. I don't really believe in God. Like I'm just jacking it because my parents are jacking it. I'm just following them and doing exactly what they're doing. Like that's lying. Like at the end of the day, I'm not gonna lie to myself. You know what I mean? So
gotta be honest.
I wanted to, but I believe like like I didn't knock that possibility of God. I was just like, okay, if there's a God, I want him to reveal himself to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want it to happen organically and me to genuinely believe like, oh shit, like
what if he has
somebody up there like pulling strings and shit.
Yeah.
Type shit.
What if he has?
What do you mean?
Like look at where you are right now. And like all the people that are in your life. Like to some people like religion, like Christianity, that is God. Because God, they'd say God brought these people into my life and
speaks through.
Yeah, exactly. He speaks through these people. So he shows himself through Jaglin, a friend who you've known since like 3rd grade.
Yeah, for sure.
Your downstairs neighbor Muffin. Adam. He does. And these are the people that I've met that It's just that's like crazy. Me.
All them and all their relationships to me. Like you have a great memory.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
It does.
But my nickname in high school was Elephant. No, I'm joking.
Wait, so what was your? Wait, you said that. But what if? What? What if he?
What if he has showed himself to you through those people?
Yeah. Oh, that's the next part of the story.
Okay, let's get on with
it. Not like or not. It's not really a story anymore. It's not like that's literally like that. So that happened. Like again, for a while, I believed there was a God, but I wasn't like decisive or like I'm still not necessarily decisive on giving that God a title. I'm just allowing him to be who he is because I feel like a lot of religions are they all have a different piece of like the truth.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have the same like core like story type shit. So it's like this is the same. I mean, we're humans type shit. So like this is just the same. I mean, we all speak different languages, so it's just the same story being told through different ways or different perspectives, different like you know what I'm saying, like different accounts of the same shit. So it's like I don't know,
like Christianity and Judaism. Like Judaism thinks the same exact thing, but they don't believe that Jesus is the Savior.
It's crazy
Like,
that
they don't
that's what
believe
they
in, like,
choose
the
to
New
focus
Testament.
on.
You said what?
Like, that's what they choose to focus on. That's the thing that, like, started to get me thinking one day. I was like, out of all these similarities, we're choosing to focus on the differences. Like,
Mhm.
and then, like, that just kind of clicked to me. It's like, it's not about
Yeah, it's crazy.
that just causes the division. And, like, to me,
It's crazy because it's
God
like
is unity.
facts. It's crazy though because it's like, imagine like we're all sitting here and then we're like, oh yo, like God is crazy, and then I'm like, nah, but like he's black or something. You know what I mean? Like, and you're like, nah, he's white for sure. Like,
Yeah.
we're just like, nah, bro, back up.
Yeah,
Like, that's
exactly.
crazy. That like, ultimately, that's what happened. Like, in society, we just said we
Yeah.
disagreed, and then we just like, okay, I don't want my kids. I don't want nobody to. That's crazy.
You know, like, it's often, people say, like, God is beyond words. It's, like, indescribable, like, inexplicable. God works mysterious ways. Like,
Mhm.
it's infinite beyond words. So, like, any way you try to describe it is limiting it, or whatever it is. And then that's where the discrepancy comes.
Hey, Desmond,
Yeah.
check your watch. What time is it? Yeah, it's a 22, 22 tattoo.
I love the military time.
Yeah, I clicked.
24 hour.
Y'all both have it on military time. And I was thinking, I just changed mine to military time today. No, I'm not like follow shit, but like I just like, you know, like
I mean,
it is also good to learn.
Yeah, I mean, people, most of the time I explain, like, people be like, why do you have that? And I'm like, because the day doesn't cut in half straight.
Facts.
Like, okay, that
if I
makes
say
sense.
23, I mean 23.
Yeah.
I don't even like. I don't necessarily speak like that though. I don't tell people because
Yeah.
nobody's like on the.
It's 22,
exactly.
22. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Because I actually did ask you, I was like, what is it? And you're like, it's 10:22. So I was like, it'd be good to learn. Because
Mhm.
Yeah, 'cause
after
you're-
12 o'clock p.m., I don't know the rest. I mean, I know it goes in order, but
But you know, like it's also like the fact that you just know the opposite already.
yeah,
Like, what's the opposite of? Wait, what were we just talking about? I lost my train of thought. I'm not gonna lie.
The
the
time.
time.
The time.
I
You know regular time, so it's like, okay, you're gonna know that regardless. You might as well at least be familiar with it. It's kind of like
Yeah.
in another country, like using, or if you practice using the metric system in your kitchen and just got used to like metric measurements, you went to the like another country, it's not gonna throw you off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but it's something that you're like, because you're always gonna remember like standardized like American shit.
Yeah.
Why not learn more and like make the
Expand.
same shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because it's not like replacing, it's like expanding.
the way I figured it out was like, because it was like 8 o'clock and it was 20 something. I don't know how I figured it out in my head, but it was divisible by 5. So 20 divided by 5 is 4. And
Damn.
but I knew it was times 2 because it's the second half of the day. So it was 8.
I'll just do.
Or that's not. I don't know how I did it, but I figured it out with using 5, and it was like 8 o'clock.
with 5.
With the 5.
That's interesting. Yeah, because like for me, I mean, at least when I first like switched, it was just like addition, like a plus 12 plus whatever.
You know what I used to do actually? I used to subtract 2 and just take the last number for the most part.
Your mic.
Oh shit, my fault.
Subtract 2 and take. The
I'm like,
last
wait,
number.
I'm like, dang, do I sound weird? But no, like I used to just subtract 2, like it's 24 minus 2. Okay, so it's not 2, it's 12. But like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
20,
Okay. I get what you mean.
19, it'll just be like minus 2, oh, it's 7.
Yeah.
But now it's like you just look at the shit and you're like, oh,
Yeah. You get used to it now.
yeah, you don't really pay attention. 22, 22.
22, 25 now.
Something about it, man. That's crazy. I told you, like, I'm not gonna go into the story like now, but I told you the story about the shit, though, right?
Yes.
I did. That shit.
I was also going to tell you the way you tell stories. Very entertaining. Like you gave me
Captivating.
every
That's
detail.
a great like big compliment for me because I have a short term memory. Like
I can also tell
I
through
have bad short term memory. Right? Yeah.
like Dory.
Type shit.
And you were saying you were talking about something, about the story, and then you cut to this, and then but you made it connect.
Of course, because I speak in metaphor.
Yeah, it was very. Like, you told the story of that tattoo in a total of 22 minutes and 22 seconds. I'm joking,
No,
not literally. I was like,
No.
he's like, wait,
this-
really? But yeah, it was
that
good.
long, but like it was that. That's funny.
Captivate. Yeah, it's a good trait to be able to tell good stories or like captivating.
Yeah, I think like for one, it's interesting. Like I said, I have short-term memory loss, so like not like my fault, not like diagnosed or anything,
Yeah.
but like
Self
pretty sure, or maybe it's just the weed. Maybe it's
From
both.
smoking all that damn weed.
Exactly, probably. But
I wouldn't think so. Although I have seen like times where
where like
I do have like these senior moments. I'm like, oh shit, I need to cut off on the weed.
But that's the thing. Like for me, it doesn't affect my long-term memory. My long-term memory
Yeah.
is crystal. I
Exactly.
can remember like very,
Everything.
very minute details.
Yeah.
But like, if you'd ask me the last sentence I just spoke, I'd be like, I'd be like, damn.
I agree. I'm
I
just
feel like it's like brain. It's based on like your brain's like choosing of what's important to like remember. You know.
You know what I think it is, and like, I'm not like a scientist or anything, but I feel like your emotions control your like memory somewhat. Like if you have a spike in emotion,
Mm.
right? Some like that, chemically, that's actually doing
Yeah.
something that like in your brain that's a spike of emotion, like it's a spike of some type of release of some type of
Yeah,
hormone or some or shit in your body. For me, because you felt fear, because you felt really really happy, you felt really really sad, and those are the things that like get highlighted in your memory. It's like it's like an outlier.
like
You feel me? Like, you
the-
don't remember every day, but you remember that day.
What's that movie with the emotions?
Inside Out.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
literally what happened.
I grew up thinking that I hated Inside Out until I watched it recently. I don't know if it was like the end of last year or beginning of this year,
It's ahead of its time.
and I fucking cried. I cried.
Really?
Ahead
Yeah,
of its time.
it's a really deep movie.
Now I gotta rewatch it. Like I remember it being good, but like
I think
was
it was because of like I got older and I connected with the main character
Yeah.
more. When she ran away, I ran away like 3 times from home.
really,
Yeah,
tell us like the best
The best one.
they're all funny.
best one.
Okay,
And what were the reason? Was it the same reason every time?
yeah, I want to go away from a spanking,
Boy,
but it was more like there was a couple of times where I knew I wasn't in the wrong. I'm gonna tell y'all too.
Fair enough.
There was one
That's
time.
it. It'd be when you know there's no like I'm not wrong.
Exactly.
Why are you
to this
beating
day.
me?
I'm not.
So my mom used to make me get up at like 4:00 in the morning before school and run. Which, looking back, I don't know why I was complaining about that because I would like to do that now. That's a good way to start the day.
What time?
4 a.m. It was like 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
She'd wake you up and you'd both go.
Yeah.
That's beautiful as fuck. That's what I want to do with my kids. Like,
But being a kid, I didn't want to wake up at that time.
Yeah.
It's too fucking early. So one time, I think I woke up with like a bad attitude. I was very grumpy.
Yeah.
And we were running, and I think me and my mom got into it. We had some argument. And she walked past me, and she swears on her life that I called her a bitch. But I did not.
It's crazy because like knowing you somewhat and knowing how I feel about that, I know like that would never even enter my
Yeah.
brain.
No, it probably would have entered my brain.
Yeah, but-
I'm not going to lie.
Interesting
Damn.
thoughts.
Nah, my mom, like there's certain things where it's like somebody think I said that word. And I'm like, bro, like that doesn't even. I never
Yeah.
even thought.
Because that's saying like intrusive thoughts doesn't exist because intrusive thoughts are a real thing. In every situation, in a happy situation, angry situation, sad situation, you can think like of thoughts. Even they're not, and the thoughts aren't you.
Yeah.
It's just your brain.
But she,
But I never like mom. I'm sorry. I'm scared of my mom to the point where like there's certain things I would never even think of saying to that woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's literally certain things like, nah, bro. Like, and she'd be like, did you just no, I did not say that. Like that's not what I said.
I want to meet your mom, the person who raised Desmond.
Very
Desmond.
interesting woman.
But to continue with the story, she didn't say anything to me. No, she stopped me and said, "What did you just say?" And I'm confused. I'm like, "What?" I didn't say anything. No.
Oh.
So we continue the run.
yeah.
It's like 4 laps around the thing. It was like a mile. It was a mile. And then we get home, and she goes to her room. She calls me in her room, and she pulls out like this stick, and she's like, "Hold out your hand." I'm like, "Bro, for what?" She's like, "What did you call me out there?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And then she's like, "You called me a bitch. Just say it." And I was like, "No." And then she was like, "You're getting a whooping." And I was like, "No, I am not." And so I took off. I ran out that door. And mind you, it's 5 o'clock. So it's like 4:30, 5:30 at this time. And, I'm in my pajamas.
How old were you?
I was in either 6th, 7th, or 8th grade. Oh, it was either 5th or 6th grade. 7th. So whatever age is between 5th and 7th.
That's crazy.
So 9, 10, 11. And I stayed in a house by this park, and behind the park there's a fence with these apartments, and I knew I had friends who lived at a certain apartment. I wasn't allowed at those apartments, but I always went, because me and my sister always went. We'd always get in trouble. But I went there, and I took their shoes, and luckily they were my size, and I just waited at my bus stop for like 4 hours. And I got on the bus. I fell back asleep there, because it was like an hour and a half ride, because I was the first one they picked up.
Damn.
Yeah, I was the
Where
first
the
one.
fuck is you like going to school at?
So they would pick up at like different school stops, like Welch, Emerson. You don't know these because you're not from here.
Welch.
But then they go to Provision. Provision is like down the street from where you live, actually.
Wait, they pick up from Welch?
Mm-hmm.
That's by my house.
Mm-hmm. I probably saw you walking one day.
What are y'all doing?
Monkey! No. And I get to school. They give me clothes because we had uniforms. So like I was like, I forgot I was running late, so I just knew y'all had some. And they got me dressed, or I got myself dressed. They just gave me the clothes, but I got in trouble at school, and they called me home to call my mom, and they were like,
"Wait, how'd you get in trouble? What happened?"
I don't remember.
What?
Probably my mouth. Though.
Probably because like your mom's like ass whipping was like the highlight of memory in that part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's overshadowed everything else that happened that day.
Yeah, I can tell you right now that ruined my whole day. So I was already in a bad mood. So probably, like I said, my mouth got me in trouble. Because I already had a altercation with my mom. So like, fuck the teacher who's trying to tell me something. Like,
you're not even my mom.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not even like trying to like listen to what you gotta say right now. But
listen to no adults. Fuck is you talking about?
My mom came to the school to pick me up, and she was like, honestly, I didn't even know Hunter was here. And they're like, you didn't? And what? What?
No, like I'm.
I thought you
were I'm invested in the story. My fault.
And they're like, what do you mean? And she was like, Hunter ran away this morning. And they all like, everyone looked at me, and I was like, hey.
Now you're calling me out. That was unnecessary. Damn.
And so I got suspended. I either got sent home or I got suspended, but that's how I ended up home. I don't even remember what happened when I got home. And then another time I ran away in my underwear from another whooping, and it was at night. And I knocked on the door, and my mom was like, don't come back or I'll pepper spray you. And she left to go get pepper spray because she didn't have pepper spray at the time. And I knocked on the door, and my sister and said, like, Hannah, let me in. She's like, no, Hunter, like, you better get going because mommy's going to come back with pepper spray. And now I'd be like, bruh, it's pepper spray. And this is my mom coming back home. But then I was like, pepper spray, I got to get the fuck. Can you give me some clothes? And she's like, Hunter, I can't. I don't want to get in trouble. And she was talking to me through the mail slot, actually. And so.
That's what opened the door?
No. And there was like, it was at nighttime.
Wait, this is your sister.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that's beef for life.
Yeah.
You did not hold it down when I needed. You're not sorry.
Actually, no, it wasn't the mail slot. She opened the door, but it was cracked because you know you have the chain thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't open all the way. She was peeping through that little hole.
Damn.
Yeah, it was Hannah. Taylor would never do something like. No, I'm just joking. And then so it was at nighttime, and it's like this little African American boy running through the neighborhood.
What, they got like a call or something?
No, but I think someone did call the police officer, and the police officer was like, "What's your name? Are you lost?" And I was like, "My name's Joshua Bernard. I'm not lost. I live around here. I just was going for a late night walk." And
In your
like,
how old were you at this point in the story?
8. This was before.
Oh, this is before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn. Yeah.
That's sketch as fuck.
Yeah.
You're 8-year-old. I'm just going on a casual night walk off, so you have a good night. Like
I was in my underwear. But, no. Okay. No. My fault. Hannah did give me clothes because when the police officer got me, I had on clothes. So think Hannah did give
That's
me
the
close,
hell
but
of a
she did
memory.
give me the close to the little slot. She didn't open the door right away, and they're like, "Where do you live? Like, it's too late for you to be walking at night, you know?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, I understand." So I walk through I tell them where I live, and he drop me off. My mom answers the door, and they said, "Do you know this little boy?" She was like, "No," and I was like, he says his name is Joshua Bernard, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I don't know a Joshua Bernard." And I started crying, and I was like, I'm Hunter Henderson." And she told him what happened, and they were like, they were outside talking for a
your
good
mom's
hour.
I'm not gonna lie, I gotta meet her now. Like, I need to.
I mean, I love my mom now,
She look you straight in the face.
but
I don't know.
not now. I always love my mom. I love my mom now.
Damn.
I love my mom. But yeah, they were outside talking for like 30 minutes to an hour, and then I got called back outside, and the police officer was like, "Listen to your mom." You know
Yeah.
the be good lesson or like
Yeah.
speech, and
Boy,
yeah.
be good.
And I went to my room, and
Take you in.
I fell asleep. I had like the best night's sleep that night. I was running forever. I was on the run. But yeah, that was like 2 out of like 4 times.
Damn.
3.
You ever like stay gone?
I think when I ran away from Mississippi, I ran away from my dad. I was gone. Yeah, because I lived in Mississippi. I was gone for a couple of days. Yeah, I was weird.
Where were you?
I was on an adventure. I was
Okay.
there's like up the street. There was like this Shipley's donut, and there was someone who graduated from my school there. So I would like, and she would be the only employee. You know how like here there's like 5 or 6 employees. She's the only one, and I go back there in the back, like eat donuts and like talk to her, and like
Vibe.
I'd help her restock the milk, and then my friend, I think his name is Braden. It is Braden. I went to his house and I stayed like a couple nights there.
Damn.
Yeah, and my dad called and he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then when I came back, it wasn't like angry. It was just like, "I'm glad you're home." I'm like, "I'm glad to be home."
That says a lot about you. Like the fact that you're willing to, like, how old are you then?
I was 8th grade or 9th grade.
Yeah, it says a lot about like your ability to just like not be afraid to like just go.
Yeah.
Not be
Yeah.
afraid of the unknown. A lot of people like
No, that's
never,
definitely
ever do
that's
some
big
shit like
thing about you. You're very just do it. Fuck it, I'll do it right now.
facts.
I guess I
Yeah,
get
I'm
that
not
from
gonna
my
lie.
mom. You just said that.
I'm kind of like really jacking them right now. I guess like the whole fit.
Hey,
Nikki.
Knock it.
Just do it.
promo.
Sponsor us, please. No, yeah. Like you said, my mom's like a just do it person. I guess.
You get that from her.
Mhm.
So what do you get from your father?
People say my handsomeness, but I don't see it. Like, don't get me wrong, my dad is handsome, and I think I'm handsome, but I don't think I look like my dad.
Oh.
Well,
Because people in Mississippi say I look like my mom, but people here say I look like my dad. So I guess I'm like a perfect mix. But
what about like your actual like personality
Uh,
from him? Do you get?
okay, when I'm drunk, I act just like my dad. Like I tell like these dad jokes. Like this weekend, something happened with Miss Griselda, and I said something like, I don't really know, but for an example, like, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type shit. And I was like, she was like, her and Art was like laughing. And so, yeah, I guess I get my humor from my dad.
Dad joke.
And a lot of my style, I guess, I just like him. Every time I wear
How
like a
old are your
big shirt.
parents?
Sorry. My mom was born in 65, December 1st, 65.
So she's 56.
Yeah, 57 this year, I guess. Or 56 this year, I don't know.
Something like that.
And then my dad, August 26th. I don't know the year, but I know he's older than my mom, so I think he's like 60, 61. Yeah. If not that, then he's, fuck, I I really don't know my dad's age, but I know his birthday, so
Yeah, that's all that matters.
I got the birthday wrong. It's not the 26th. Did I say August 26th?
I think so.
I have no idea.
It's July 26th.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's my dad's birthday.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
Uh,
Crazy.
I actually told you, I was like, you remind me, like, we were very similar. I don't know. Like, I told you that you and Jalen are, like, different.
Versions of you.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. Like, that's something that,
Should have taught in here.
is it?
To me, keep going.
Catch that humidity. No, it's funny that you say that because that's exactly something that we said. We had a group of us in the same room. It was me. Did you meet Diego?
I did.
Met Diego, BK, and
He's the one who told me about the ice.
Who?
Ice in the bong. Diego?
Oh, nice.
Oh shit.
I was like, there's ice in here. And they're like, yeah, like,
You don't
it cools it off. I'm like, what do you mean it cools it off?
I heard warm water works too.
Warm water?
Yeah.
But that wouldn't cool it off.
No, they say like makes it like a less harsh.
Mhm.
I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, I met Diego and I met BK.
Oh yeah. So it was me, Diego, BK, Joe, and we were all just sitting there. And it's like when I realized that like one, my position or my job is like both of us unity. You know,
Mhm.
like just bring people together, just connecting on my phone, just connecting people and connecting like ideas type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like we literally sat there in that room like and said that like we're all just different versions of the same person. And that's a fact. Like
We're all one being.
if you really like
God.
if you really like humble yourself and like take the time to like remove emotions from most situations in your life and not emotionally react to anybody, you can relate to literally anybody.
Yeah.
Like,
Because like for me, a lot of people just switch to emotions and then just start thinking like you start seeing the world through a certain lens.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the truth.
Mm.
It's more so like what the society is like groomed you but to believe and to perceive shit as.
It's a filter.
Exactly.
like,
Literally.
like the zoom out thing.
Yeah.
Our friend Daniel, his uncle, was saying, like, people take things so seriously,
He's
but we're in
hippie.
space. We're on a floating rock. He's like, zoom out. And I like that stuck with me. I love that because I wanted to start telling people like,
He's a legit hippie.
Yeah.
Like I was like literally a couple weeks ago I was wondering, I'm like, where are all the people who were hippies in like the 60s and shit?
Facts.
my grandmother was. Gran was one of them.
I could see that
Really?
too. But I meet him, he's like, hey man. You know, he's like got that vibe, the chill vibe with the
Which is weird because Miss Crisota was like, no, he's not a hippie. And he said no, but he said he had his first riot, his
protest.
protest that's in 6th grade.
Damn.
So he basically grew up in it. I feel like they naturally are.
Yeah, exactly. Anybody from that era.
It's kind of like you just create your personality around a certain persona. Right?
Yeah.
Which is really crazy.
I mean, it makes me like self-reflect. I'm like, in 50 years, I'm gonna be looking at myself the same way. Like I was just not a product, but like I don't know. It's like nature and nurture
Yeah.
type shit.
Mm.
Your environment plays a big role.
I really like TikTok. People on TikTok, they have like this personality. I don't know how to explain the personality, but
Can I have some of these?
yeah.
Really
I
any
think about
social
I could not
media.
find the runts, but good thing
Yeah, we
Jalen's
did
not
take
here,
those
so I can
notes.
have them when Jalen is here. I will be on the lookout for them.
Go ahead though. My apologies.
People's TikTok, their personality on TikTok is you remember, I don't know if you were with us, but we were on Omegle, and we would see like every girl who would be on the screen, hi,
Yeah.
and they're,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Wait, what? Really?
people would talk, they'd just be
do
like,
that.
hi. That's the thing, like, people do, that's how people say hi. They don't really do that anymore, but Then it went to
It's a trend.
people would say start talking, and then like, bro, I can't even explain what happened. I just got fired, and it's like their whole reaction is I don't know how. It's their body language. Yeah, exactly. That's just one. That's one of many.
It's
like the finger when they do like this when they talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
These hoes go crazy.
Yeah. Those are smacking. I was reading about it like last week.
Fuck, I got lemon. I meant to get green apple.
Oh.
I'm colorblind then.
There's green apple. I was like, I don't think
pass me one. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
People on TikTok will like. I think it's not even TikTok specifically. Just like people that are very isolated online and like isolated into small communities will start to completely develop the like idea or whatever it is that community is based around. Like they're saying there's people they said like 1 to 2% of the population has been estimated to have dissociative identity disorder, multiple personality disorder.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because like these kids are adopting it off of the internet, like
that time where everybody had Tourette's.
It's just my takes.
I see that. Right, I picked up that I was like,
these are the non-sour ones.
Oh shit! Hold on, everything goes on hold.
Pause.
I prefer the sour. I don't lie. That shit.
Yeah, actually,
Which is just so cool though. But I realized very early that like I became conscious and realized that I was forming myself based on like my brothers. Like very, very early, and I stopped that shit. Like, I was like, okay, because from a really young age, I knew I wanted to be like very wealthy. I knew that. I knew that from a young age. I knew that like how regular I was not gonna cut it. Type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sitting here like 14, 15. I see my brothers that are like 19, right? 19, 18, 19 type shit. And I'm like, okay, by that age, I'm trying to be like very wealthy. So, and then I'm like, and then I realized that, damn, I've been literally doing everything that they're doing. I'm literally chasing after them. Probably realized that actually at 15. Because that's when, when they went off to like school and shit, I'm like, damn, like, you went to school and came back and you're like just a broke college student. Respectfully. And I was like, that's not what I want to be when I'm your age. Damn it, like if I keep doing exactly what you're doing, am I gonna I expect a different result? I'm literally insane. But like that translates back to like what you were saying, because it's like these kids aren't even conscious yet, but they're digesting a whole bunch of different personalities, like just constantly, and they're like following people. They're literally like watching other people's lives, which is crazy as fuck.
Yeah,
they're literally keeping up with somebody else's life and living through somebody else. Now from sure,
because that's so new. Like I was telling Miss Caselda in art, like even the question "Where are you?" has to be pretty like recent, because like before you would have to know where someone is to talk to them, but now to be able to see someone's whole day, you know where they are and what they're doing at every moment.
You're talking about because of social media?
Because of just technology in general. I mean, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. I was on this like social media is gonna destroy his path ideology, but I don't know. I think there's definitely benefits to everything. It's just like we have to discipline, you know,
the balance. Facts. I feel like God's been positioning, or that's another thing I realized that I can't like. Damn, I don't want to like go on a whole anecdote or a whole like sidebar. The way I
go ahead.
The way I got my like the way I realized I had like an immense amount of faith, and like got like, and like was like, oh shit, like damn, that's God the whole time type shit though. Oh, my fault. The way I realized that was that my mom, my dad, they had so much quote unquote faith. some people might call them wild ass niggas. That's why I say quote unquote. But that's much faith that throughout my whole childhood they never locked the doors.
Mm.
Or like they left their keys like in the car. Literally just my parents literally raised me to believe like
I'm sorry. How'd you do the other one? This one's not
Hold
going.
It's like
everybody's
belief
putting
in
new side
good.
to it.
It might be dead.
But I didn't even hit it. Like you feel like you clogged or some shit.
Yeah. Okay.
How do you like fix that?
Exactly, it's a brand new one. A brand new one. Like
Okay.
for that one, you just took out the thing.
You gotta take this from me.
They're so good. I don't know. I was trying to unclear it.
Sorry to interrupt, guys.
No, you're fine.
We'll figure it out later.
Predicament.
But ultimately, it's like the belief in goodness. Right?
Facts.
Like they're, at least their parents were saying, like
They believe they had the way they believed is like okay like let the God's will be done like shit, if it's not supposed to happen it's going to but I believe that God's gonna protect me so and we literally like you don't understand like where I lived and shit like niggas like I had homeless people that used to sleep on my porch
Mm.
like in my yard type shit. My parents allowed them like they had a conversation like sure go ahead type shit like my door was dead ass open the whole time.
wow.
You know what I mean like
And that definitely shows
that's
through you.
because I literally like shaped myself and I forgot what we were talking about before because I had a point that I was trying to bring it back to tie it to. I completely forgot. Damn,
That short-term memory loss.
that's true. I lost a bitch, but or I guess I'll just keep on them because I genuinely forgot where I was going with that. But the damn, I lose it again. Crazy. I don't even know. Oh no. So the faith that I have like in God is just like my whole life was like that. You know what I mean? So like that literally shaped who I am. And I literally taught myself at different points in my life to like eliminate fear. Like fear is not valid.
Mm.
Like so I walk around like I'm literally I say literally a lot. Wow. I hear myself.
I'll say like a lot. I've noticed that. I'm trying to stop.
Interesting. I want to stop saying literally. Because like everything's literal kind of.
Yeah.
Unless it's not. But like
Sidebar. They changed the definition to literally.
wait.
Of literally?
So what?
So
What?
it's two definitions. Literally means literally, but it also means not literally. Because so many people say, I'm literally going to kill myself.
Okay.
And so many people use it, they have to change the definition.
That's funny as fuck. Wow.
That's how language works.
That was
Yeah.
Hunter's fun fact of the day.
Next time. That's fine.
Language is a fucking wild concept. It's just like
It is.
constantly.
But you know, it's crazy because there's a lot of people that like genuinely speak 30 languages. In other countries, that's not like uncommon for people to
Mhm.
just know 10 languages.
Including English, and we
Yeah.
only know English. I mean, there's people here who know French, you know.
And like Spanish and mad other things, but like for the most part,
English is
English and like we don't know shit else.
Yeah.
You know, Africans they be speaking like multiple dialects in the same country,
That's,
and they all be like, no, oh yeah, I speak a little bit of this.
you know.
And then like the people like in between like Russia and China, like the Mongolians, like the Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, those type of countries, like the people that are like look like they're I don't want to say Asian because Russia's in Asia too. They look more like Chinese or like Japanese people, but they have like they speak Russian. They speak dialects of Russian.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy. They're like they look kind of like Eskimos. They're like a nomadic people. These are all facts. This isn't racism. Everybody, this is facts. There are no like there have like
Researchable.
yeah, they started as like nomadic people and shit, and they all like just settled down in these different countries. Those people, like I literally talked to multiple of them, like they live crazy lives, and they genuinely just walk around like knowing 20 languages and shit. Like, oh yeah, I speak a little Russian, speak a little
Wow.
bit of this.
This
And
is
we-
my life.
Yeah,
And they go from like while speaking, they jump.
and they experience so much more too. Like, or they not all of them. I can't say, but like I know, like I met this guy from Kyrgyzstan in high school. And he was like He no, he was 18 or 17, and he had a whole apartment like just down the street. Like he moved here by himself. I'm like,
And
high
he's going to
school.
school.
I'm like, wait, what? He like stopped showing up.
Kudos to him. Oh, he
Like,
did stop
yeah.
showing up, so he
But
can
it's like-
graduate.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, shout out to
Down to other
him.
things.
Shout out to him. Balot Beck, if you're out there, you see this. th.zy. Hit me up. Yeah, my Instagram stuff.
Yeah.
Teach does he like? Did you turn off like your stories?
Did I turn them off?
Yeah, I was looking for the BAM story.
No, I didn't turn them off.
Um,
Are
you
they
can,
there?
y'all can kill it.
Shh.
Another thing that I think.
Wait, what BAM story? Oh, like the highlight?
Yeah.
Oh.
Um.
Did I turn it off? I don't think. Maybe on accident. I
Oh.
don't know if Instagram is on.
I don't know when I was looking at it.
You can turn off stories.
No, not like the. You know
like the
how
highlight?
on your profile you have different highlights. or
Oh,
something?
yeah.
Yeah. I need to delete some of mine. I have so many.
I don't have many.
I'm at 4, I think. I have like on the road, family, fat assery,
Yeah.
cooking and eating a lot.
Badass.
Right.
Bam. That's it.
I think. Do you say type shit?
Did I?
Yeah, like do you?
Yeah, because I actually, it's funny, I started saying because I would say type beat. Because we used to freestyle all the time. We'd be like, what type beat should we look up? And it's literally every type beat. There's like table type beat. And it's like anything.
So you start saying type shit, which got it inside of me. Man, I haven't really said it, but the day I hung out with you, that was on a Thursday, and then that Friday we left, and the whole weekend I was saying type shit. So I think you activated something.
Shit.
And I noticed I was saying it type shit, and I was like,
We
I hear that a
definitely,
lot.
yeah, I think you said it a bunch on the podcast.
Damn.
we pick up the lingo of the people around us.
Yeah.
That is
Right.
language.
It's
bro.
very natural. Like,
But it's more like the people, not just like the people, it's the people that you admire. Because like my little cousin, she has a stutter. And every time I hang out with her, like, I will start stuttering. Yeah. As I saw somebody at work stutters, and I started stuttering too.
Like subconsciously.
But I stopped working the
you
same
like
shift as her.
conform or like adapt a little bit. Like you.
Yeah.
It's interesting though, because I feel like it's a very base level example of the fact that like we're really just a conglomerate of like a whole bunch of different people. Like we just learn, and that's how like
Yeah.
we create the person that we become.
Yeah.
We're literally just like kind of like doing alchemy.
Yeah.
By taking like, okay, mom, dad, brother, sister. The more people you have to choose from or to like select from or like take from their experience, the
Bigger.
more like wise you can become.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like that's the only reason I'm like as wise as I am. I'm the youngest, like I learned from
All the
siblings.
people ahead of you saying.
Literally, I
biggest
looked at them, I
sample
watched them, I'm like, okay,
Kind of
he
like,
just got beat. I'm not about to do that. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this because he, like, for me, they're going in the paths that I might have gone in if I was
Yeah.
not looking at where that path leads.
It's
like you were saying, like you were trying to be like your brother, but then you're like, oh, let me stop that.
Yeah, facts. Like,
But like looking up to them, like there are still some similarities of you and your brothers. Like you have parts of them in you. Same thing with
Yeah,
like
for sure.
my sisters. Like people always thought, oh, you're doing that just like your sister, or oh, because you want to be just like your sister. And it was like it was never like that. Like yeah,
you admire them, so you're in the process
Yeah.
of creating who you are. You're
like
still-
everyone thought, because I'm into like film and television, and I did theater in high school. But my sister
Me too.
Hannah did
You're a
theater in high
thespian,
school.
though?
Yeah, I'm a thespian, bro.
Yeah.
And my sister, she did theater in high school. But when I did it, it was always like, oh, you're following the footsteps of Hannah. You want to be like Hannah. But it was like, no. Yeah, she's into it, but does that does that mean I cannot be into it? Like it's like off the
Have to
table
choose a
for me.
completely different path.
It was just like I liked watching TV. I like watching movies. I wanted to do that, and I saw Hannah do it, and I was like, that probably did was like, oh, we could do that too. It's not just them. So like, yeah, I probably like following her footsteps in that way. But I also feel like I do have a lot of
But then
them inside of
you
me.
like make it your own though, like that.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not like you're trying to I mean, some people do that though. So that's, I mean, some people do that. They do like try to embody somebody to like a T, or like try to like follow
Yeah.
somebody's footsteps. Some people admire people that much, but like people like
But
you are just like, okay, literally seeing the good, the like what is good and like I like about this person, and you can also see where they have flaws and where it's holding them back, and be like, okay, I don't want that,
Mm.
and then get
another thing that I guess I picked up from them that is like I wish I didn't. You know how female like they get upset and then when they yell at you they start talking like college professors, like very English, like let me tell you how my day is going. They mess up every word. That's what I picked up because like they would always yell at me or like
That's
whenever
so
they got mad,
specific.
and so when I get upset, I'm like talking to you like you're a little kid. I'm like, bro, and I'm like doing this, and I'm talking to you like that, and I think I picked that up.
I never like
Seen that?
yeah. Like I mean, I might have been never like thought that, you know. I was never like, oh yeah, you keep doing that, you know.
Well, also because you don't see Hannah do it or Taylor do it,
True.
but I know you've seen me blow up a couple of times.
Yeah. Never on me though. No, I mean, honestly, like, bro, one thing I've noticed, no one really blows up on me, and I don't really have to blow up on anyone. I don't know what that is, like, cause I mean, that shit happens, you know.
I
between
think
any two
you,
people.
in like a lot of the situations, you are like the not necessarily like the calm of the storm or in the storm. It's more everyone's upset, but you're always on the sideline doing your own thing. So someone like naturally they just gravitate towards you. Like, oh, I don't want to be in that drama, so I'm just
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not necessary to be
Wait,
drama.
so are you? Do you have like? What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear.
Yeah.
That's
It's
a
not,
big question.
I want to say it's related to me not being like not. It's like me knowing but doing what like not doing what I know I should type shit. Cause I basically with the
Not being
discipline.
disciplined.
Yeah. So like, cause I
And like doing that forever
yeah,
type shit.
but like it's really like a constant thing. Like it's every day. I have to think about it. You know, I have to consider it. So it's like I mean, my biggest fear is really just like not living up to my fullest. It's like I see what I'm capable of, like what I could be. I feel like I could be anything I wanted to be, you know, or want to. But like,
Yeah, you can.
and then if I end up, I mean, if I were to end up not doing anything, then I would just be like, bro, you just, it's like watching time go by type shit.
Yeah, I think that at the same time though, you have to like accept that like you very well may be a pawn
Yeah,
for like a way bigger
this
like.
is the bigger plan.
I could like get hit by a car and just like woo, but that person could like change your life, or maybe my like whole purpose was like just to have this podcast. Something I said just
And
stuck with somebody that they took it and ran with it.
yeah,
Perfectly not. Perfectly like I'm gonna actually do something crazy in my life, but I
of
don't know that.
yourself. Yeah, I get what you mean.
What's your biggest fear?
I have like three.
Three
What-
biggest fears.
What are they?
All right. I mean, like, okay. I gotta,
My
like,
biggest
throw this.
fears.
So this tattoo on my neck is one of them because um it's not my biggest fear anymore. So embracing who I am and like growing as a person. But like when I got this tattoo, that's how I felt, and I think it speaks to like a lot of people's. Oh, let me just say what the fuck it is. I feel like I'm. It says, or have you ever seen Coach Carter?
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Yeah, when he stands up, like when Cruz stands up, he's like, our deepest fear. That shit.
I don't remember the
Wow.
movie.
Damn. Okay. Well, it's actually a famous passage, or famous quote passage. I think it's the whole passage that they use. It's a passage from a book by Marion Wilson, but like it's been coined by Nelson Mandela and like other people, species and whatnot. Like that movie. It goes, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure.
Mm.
It is not our darkness, but our light that most frightens us. So I took and then there's like it's actually like a whole like long like it's a very
There's
beautiful
more to it.
passage. It's a lot like it's a whole book, but like that I want to read eventually. Maybe I should read that like next week. Um, but what was I saying? Oh yeah, it has it's all passages, but there's a specific like passage that people like take out. Like if you looked up my deepest fear, you'd see like a picture with the this part type shit.
Type shit.
I'm gonna read
Yeah.
that. That's, I mean,
But yeah, like I said, the our deepest. I changed the pronouns to my, so it says my deepest fear is not that I am inadequate. My deepest fear is that I'm powerful beyond measure.
Mm.
Beyond measure, something like that. And so that's one of my deepest fears, or was at least. Now it's tattooed on my body, so I kind of have to check it. You know what I mean? Can't really be like, well, that's not. It's yeah.
It's not
it.
it anymore.
It says it right here. And yeah, like I said, that was a deep fear of mine of like, damn, like I once like it's hard like as a man once you realize, damn, I can really do whatever the fuck I want here. It's hard to really choose, and because then you realize, dang, I can do anything I want. Like, what if I can do this? And you're like, oh shit, that's a lot. Do I want everything that comes with? You know what I mean? Like that's something I had to really accept.
You fixed it?
Too expensive.
Yes.
Yeah. How did you fix it?
it like shot out on my tongue.
Was your tongue okay?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'll be okay.
What's your other two biggest
Okay.
fears?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm like telling stories. My fault.
It's okay.
No, that's what we're here for, man.
Facts. Allowing fear to control my life.
I think that's one of mine too.
Allowing fear to control like what I do.
That's why I'm just like a just do it type of person,
Because you
because
don't let that shit.
if you
because if you let it even,
if you
get
think
to
about it,
yeah,
then you're like psyching yourself out, so you just do it. Which like like the small moments, I am like thinking about it, like jumping down like a big slide or a roller coaster at the rodeo.
you're like, most people survive.
Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna.
No way.
I'm really thinking about that, but like in life, like where I am now. So I'm at a place where I have to like move.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've been like people I'm moving in with, like John, I've known 2 years. Raven and Serena, I've known since November of last year, and I'm taking a big step of like moving in with them, and it's not like it's a. I like yeah, I've thought about it, and I'm still thinking about it, like, oh, like what's going to happen, but it's still like this is like what I need to do, and this is the opportunity that life has presented to me, so I'm taking it. You know, whatever happens from that happens. Yeah,
Type shit.
Whatever happens, happens.
And final quote, final fear.
What was the last one? Damn. Oh, hypnotic rhythm. So kind of like what you said.
Mm.
Just being stuck in like the same loop and not knowing it.
Yeah.
Just being right here and never moving. Because I've seen like I have a very very good like example of that. Like my brother is like my not he's like my god brother. Like my parents moved into the houses they moved into that like my childhood home. He was the neighbor. Literally, like that nigga lives with us. He's been on the same block for like 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Love my brother, but like that's telling type shit. Like somewhere, some way, some time, something was like left behind.
Yeah.
That like that's what like arrested development is. You guys are familiar with that like term?
Yeah.
Like having a part of you not grow with the rest of you, so you're like literally out my fault. You're literally like arrestedly developed. You don't continue to grow. You can't continue to grow if not all of you if all of you's not growing at the same time.
Yeah.
Some people get left behind like emotionally or sexually or mentally. Something traumatic happens so that they stay
Physically.
like I mean physically too, yeah. That it can manifest itself physically as well, like but biologically for the most part you're gonna move forward, but not all of you is gonna grow if you don't want to. Mm-hmm. So some people have traumatic experiences that lock their brain that they're like, okay, I don't want to understand anything else about this, or this is this, and like, oh, this is just how I am. When people say that shit, I'm not gonna lie, that's like alarming to me.
Yeah.
Especially when something that's not like good. Like when I say I'm genuinely kind of person, oh, this is how I am. Like that's a good thing. People that are like, oh, yeah,
close-minded on things.
Close-minded as shit, and they're like, oh, I can't do this. I just can't. No, like
Can I name drop who's someone who's like that?
Don't name drop. Don't name drop. Don't name drop. Don't even do it.
Okay.
Just describe the person. Go ahead.
Desmond saved you. Class of 2020, white girl, Bel
He's
Air,
gonna describe the shit.
Jewish, big titties.
Oh, word.
That one did it. He said, "Oh, word."
I don't know. I never really.
But what, like, what?
She's just
Yeah.
okay. So she's very into politics, and
One of them.
yeah,
Yeah.
but not even for like she's a Democrat, but because she's a Democrat and like all the stuff that's going on, she doesn't want to be Jewish. Like she'll like she's very like
Doesn't
abrasive
want
with
to be
it.
Jewish?
Like over the summer last year, what did you say?
She doesn't want to be Jewish.
Yeah, she
How the fuck does that work?
Yeah.
like one of like something was like nice Jewish white girl or nice Jewish girl or something like that. She changed like her tax. Not that anymore. But
That's crazy.
she like we worked at like this summer camp and we had kids and one of my friends, David, not like we didn't have kids, but yeah.
What the? How do you just go over
We're
that?
camp counselors.
Yeah.
And my friend David, he was working and she would yell out whether he was vaccinated or not. And I was like, oh, like whatever, you can't talk because you're and like says like business and it's like that's medical records, like that's not something you wouldn't yell. I was like, whatever, you have AIDS, like you wouldn't do that. So you wouldn't say that about that. And when she finds out someone's a Republican, she just bashes them and
That's crazy.
yeah, and it's like
So where do you think like she's arrestedly developed
where
in her personality?
I have no idea.
But it's
I
something.
haven't even like tried to stop and think.
Think about that. Yeah. No, for sure. I think that like, I mean, you can't really tell. I mean, you can tell what part of that person is arressedly developed, but you can't tell where
Like where it came from.
where it started.
I know she has
Yeah.
daddy issues, so that could be one of them. She even says like I have daddy issues, but like
That's something.
she
You listen to Kendrick's new album?
That's fire.
she would say all these things about Republicans and like block them on Snapchat, but like all the people she would I don't want to put all the people that she would talk to like and date or like they're all Republicans.
Mhm.
So it's like you're bashing all of these Republicans but you like
Mhm.
but the cute ones you're like
So,
out there like
that's just really like crazy as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like the whole Republican Democrat thing, like, it's crazy because Joe Rogan talks about this sometimes. Like, the fact that like they just create this divide that you don't even really know. Like, a lot of people don't even really know what it's about.
Yeah.
They just like, okay, I believe this, so I have to support these people. What the
Yeah.
like? What the fuck? Why can't we still agree to disagree on this and then still like embrace our?
Yeah.
Like we were saying before, embrace our what we have in common. What's the word for that?
Similarity.
There you go. What I was looking for similarities.
yeah.
Like instead, we're gonna just like magnify our differences.
Because if you're like just bashing people on having disbelief, you're really stuck. Like you're not growing, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
That's the irony of
You
it.
might think you are, but physically you're here yelling at this person. And it's just like
And that's how that shit like translates to like the hypnotic rhythm,
Mhm.
because then they'll be in a cycle that they can't even realize because it feels like natural. It feels like they're actually doing something.
Yeah.
And that's scary as fuck.
she got mad at me, and this is really honestly I don't even care about this. This is why I don't fuck with her. She was planning like
That's crazy. It says a lot about you that you don't fuck with. You still not trying to put a business out there like that. Respect.
I was about to. You stopped her.
Oh.
She
No, but you still said that. You said you didn't want to put a business out there. You did.
true.
You're a good person at the core. A little petty, but
Yeah. You could have.
aren't we all?
Yeah.
But she was throwing this party for all the counselors. So it was like a staff party, like a pool party. and it's like cool, but all the staff parties or work parties, like they're not mandatory, you know.
Yeah.
So me and my group of friends, you know, Daniel, David, we took acid that day.
Yeah.
But people were texting like, "Why aren't you guys coming? Y'all need to come." We didn't want to come, but we came anyway.
On acid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was after the peak though, so it was like right after the peak, so close to the come down. And we were there. We got in the water. It was nice because you're on acid. You're in the water, and people. I had the eye tattoo. I had different tattoos. I still have them. People would ask me like, "Well, what's that tattoo for?" And I didn't feel like talking, and I was like, "Guys, you gotta ask me like later. Ask me Monday at work, and then I'll get back to you then." But they were just cool, constantly asking me. And then Katie came up. She was like, "Y'all are acting weird." And I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And we just went on the day. And you could tell we weren't having fun. Because when you're on acid, on the calm down, you want to talk. I mean, I didn't want to talk then because they're just asking like me about my tattoos. And honestly, do they really want to know? But like you want to talk with your friends that you're close with.
Yeah.
They were just in the pool. Everybody else was in the pool taking pictures. Barely, no words were spoken other than like, "Oh, take another one," or "I like that one." So it was very awkward. It was very not
Was
a
there
place where
music?
you want to be
It's
when
crazy
you're on acid.
because like some people like, shit, my fault. You heard that?
No.
I just like burped a little bit, like, okay, but no, like some people genuinely like live in that like awkward like elephant in the room, like,
Yeah.
and they just like that's normal for them.
Oh, this is awkward, and you're like,
don't
"What
speak about
is
that."
awkward, bro?"
What?
What was your question?
Was there music? That's the thing. If there's a music, it's never awkward to me.
I think
It's never awkward to me in general. Like,
I mean,
I'll
facts.
just start a conversation.
But like,
I think at times it was music, but the speaker died, so no.
like,
So yes and no.
I mean, if there's not music, then I'm gonna talk. But if no one's talking and there's music, then I'm chilling. You know what I mean?
But if there's no one
Yeah.
talking and no music,
then it's a little
Yeah.
awkward.
then it's
I'm
like,
either gonna
"Hey, yo,
talk-
what am I doing here?"
Yeah, bro. No, that's what happened when we tripped at the beach, and like I would try to talk. I would try to like spark conversations, but I wasn't getting anything back. So I was like, "Fuck, I don't know what to do," because it was just
Wait,
like,
you were, wait, on acid?
yeah, and I was like, "Damn, like I'm getting uncomfortable. No one's talking." Like I was trying to talk, but then I was like, "No, I'm not gonna let this." I had this thought. I was like, "Is this what a bad trip looks like?" And I was like, "Nope."
Nope.
And I started digging.
Don't go in.
I literally just got a shovel and started digging, and I had the best time of my life. And dug a fat ass hole. And then they were
Then
like,
laid in that bitch.
yeah, and they were like, "Lloyd, look at the fat ass hole you dug." And I was like, "Yeah."
I have a question. I don't know if I talked to you about this or you, but when you take shrooms the next day, how do you feel?
It's like a dream to me.
You're not depressed at all?
I mean,
I haven't experienced.
so one time I was kind of depressed. Like one
Let me,
time it
let me,
kind of
let
like
me, that's the wrong word. Let me not say depressed. Did you feel dissociated from reality, dissociated from life?
That's what I'm saying. It felt like a dream. It doesn't like, did that just happen? It's like surreal. I don't know.
yeah, because it's like you'll remember like everything. Okay,
I said
Yeah.
this, I asked because
surreal.
my oldest sister took shrooms for her birthday
Yeah, you told me.
recently, but the next day she posted this thing on her story. It was like POV after your shrooms trip. You feel disassociated from life and depressed, and you don't feel connected, so you decide to take your kids to the park, but that didn't help. And it's a video of her pushing like her kids and my nieces,
Mhm.
and like they're laughing and giggling, but you can see on her face like she's just like stale faced. And I called her to see if she was okay, and she was like mad. She was like, "No, like no one told me anything about that. No one told me." Everyone told me that I was just gonna like, "Bro, get ready." They just told her the good things, and I was like, honestly, I didn't even think about it. I don't think that happened to me, but I can also, I think it did.
I think that definitely like one time that should definitely like I had like not a bad trip. I had a sad trip
Mm,
type
fair
shit.
enough.
So it kind of like triggered like a just depressive episode in my life type shit for like a cool like 2 weeks at least.
That could happen. That happened after I took Molly on New Year's 2022. Ooh, I was going through it, and it was like a bunch of shit. I called Hannah, and I was like crying. She was like, "Huh, you okay?" I was like, "No, y'all don't call me." Like I was just like, I really felt it. Like I was like, I'm living in another family's house. I barely see my family. I'm not happy.
Mm.
But it was all just thoughts. I just
You
feel.
were? I mean, were you not happy?
I mean, I think I am happy. Like I love all my friends. I love Daniel. I love David for letting me stay with them. I feel like y'all are my family. But in that moment, it's like it's a New Year's, and I'm with another family, and like I have yet to see my dad, and it's June,
Mm.
Damn.
and I just really going through it. And bro, Nick, Nick thought it was because of him. And he got mad at me because he thought I was mad at him, and that's why I was crying. I didn't tell him why I was crying, but it was like, bro, it's not that. And Daniel and Jordan took me to the mall. They were trying to get me to feel better, but like everything started making me cry. We like went to the food court. I ordered pizza. I started crying.
You say it was after Molly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like Molly's like pure dopamine, right? Like
Yeah.
like, you're like spiked on.
So I think that's what it was. It was
Yeah, that's
just
what
like
I've heard from this. It's like a crazy because you're using like all the dopamine in
Yeah.
your body. After that's just like depression.
But that's never happened to me before. I know, like, for my birthday last year, the next day we took Molly, or after we took Molly the next day, y'all were saying, some people were saying, oh, I'm depressed. I'm sad. For I don't know why. And I understand that now, because I never felt that until the time I took Molly. And that full thing, like, that mindset of the sadness was 2 weeks, like you said.
Mm.
It was terrible. But I'm better now.
Nah, facts. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was like really going through it when I took took those shrooms. I ended like my trip, and it would like most of it was me like crying under the bed, listening to the same song over and over again, type shit.
Frank Ocean.
And I was just like,
What song?
like this. It was Cuddy Montage.
Oh.
Do you think though, like,
Wait. Kanye says, "Everybody wants world peace till your niece gets shot in her dome piece. Then you go and buy your own piece, hoping it'll help you find your own peace." That shit. But go ahead, my fault.
That's a bar.
Right?
I don't remember.
That's a space
My
bar.
fault.
No, it's like, what song is that?
That's Cuddy Montage. It's
Oh.
Kids See Ghosts.
It's a Frank Ocean song.
Kids See Ghosts,
Kid
Cuddy
Cudi.
and Kanye's album.
Oh, it was Kids See Ghosts. Have I heard that? For sure. It's fire.
When did Kids See Ghosts come out?
2016.
Oh, wow. Damn.
I think. Maybe like
Yeah.
2018, though.
I don't know why I was about to say
Yeah, I
like
think
3,
it
4
was
years ago.
16.
That just seems like it was.
I guess that is.
And now they're not making music together.
Oh, they're beeped up.
Really?
Yeah, because the whole Kim Kanye thing.
I would never want that. That's the thing, like,
It's
even though
easy to think about that. My fault, go ahead.
I'd like to be well known, but I don't want to be like documented, like famous. You know, like I'd like to be like I do music. I don't know if I told you. And I intend to be successful with it. You know what I mean? Like,
Of course.
I'm intentional with what I do and like diligent or whatever. But like I intend to be like successful in it. So it's
You're
most
just like
likely
the
gonna
people
be
will
well
know
known.
the name of Lloyd.
Yeah, to be well known, but not
God
like
damn it.
anytime I walk out my house, like, you know, that I would never want. Some people say they.
I think was it you that I was talking to this weekend? I told you that. Someone asked me that, and I was like, "Yeah, I want to be."
You want that?
I said the same thing you said. I want to be well known. Like I don't want to be famous.
I think that was at my house.
Oh, that was you, yeah. And I don't want the flash photography. I just want people like the directors, like a lot of movies, and you know about the directors. Like, oh, that's a good director. I like that movie. I like his movies.
Yeah.
But you don't know anything about that director.
No. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's what I want to be. Like, I like Hunter's writing. Well, who's Hunter? He's this writer, and everyone knows my name, but they're like, they don't know anything about me.
Yeah. That's super dope. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I can. Nah, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could.
That kind of reminds me of my fear. I didn't tell you my fear.
Oh yeah, please
I don't want to word this wrong.
take your time.
My fear is, I'm just gonna say it's being alone, but not being alone where I'm like secluded. Like it's having no one there. You know?
Being absent of like anyone else.
Yeah.
Being
And it's not like
completely,
supporters,
alone.
like even if I become famous and
Like,
it's like
physically and like connected wise, like not being able to contact anybody, being like by yourself. Like if you were to be thrown in like the middle of like the forest and like had to figure this shit out, you'd like be like, fuck this shit up. I'm gonna kill myself.
no.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, I went a little dark with that one.
Then but like I get you. Yeah.
Vivid.
It's like say I get older and I like burning bridges in a way.
Okay.
So having like all the like connections you make like just go.
Yeah. But I guess it's also being alone because like I feel like in that scenario I'll do it. I'll find my way out. It might take me a while, but I have a strong mind and I'll do it. But also like being like having no one there. I don't know how to explain it.
I know what you mean.
I feel like it explains itself though.
Do you
being
mean
an
like
island?
in terms of like genuinely having nobody? It's hard to like picture because
Burning bridges and like the Grinch. Picture the Grinch.
oh, facts. But even he didn't like burn all his bridges.
I look at it as like bridge. It's like metaphorically being on an island. Like
Yeah.
you're
facts.
like we're all these islands, right? And then we're connected through the bridges and shit. But you burn all the bridges. Like there's still islands around you, but like
I think oblivion, is that the same thing?
No.
Oblivion means not being known. Or what does oblivion mean?
Oblivion is like complete destruction.
Oh. Well, I
That's
guess
why-
that is a fear. Complete self-destruction.
Like,
Because, like, living is a mindset in a way. Like,
what do you mean by that?
like for self-destruction, you can go through something traumatic in your life and it, like, really fucks you up. And you pick up bad habits. Drugs. Not like weed, but, you know,
I mean any drug,
crack, meth, drugs.
any drug can
Or
be-
heroin.
Or alcohol and you become like an alcoholic, but it's just because you were in a dark place and you tried something new and that brought you out of that dark place. Like Rue from Euphoria, like her dad died and she tried a drug and like it escaped, her mind escaped from that. So, but because of that, like every time something bad happens to you, you just go back to that. So you become like, it becomes like a habit. And you self-destruct. Like, look where she was in season 2. She,
I didn't watch it. I'm
Well,
so sorry.
It's your vices. It's like,
no spoilers.
it's really just depends like what's your vice? Like what do you do when you're sad? You know? Like what
Exactly. Which also, sorry, go.
I mean I was gonna say like, what makes you happy?
Exactly.
Or where do you go to find like happiness?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm going to say it. Everything Ever All I Want. That's exactly what they were talking about throughout the whole movie, the whole story. You saw the movie, right?
No.
Well, we talked about it when we first met.
Wait, which movie?
The A24 movie, Everything Ever All I Want.
You and Jalen talked about that, not me.
Oh, he watched it. You didn't.
No.
You got to watch it.
It's great.
Next time I'm coming over, we're watching it.
Okay,
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah, but pause.
I'm sorry. Did you just invite yourself to my house?
I did.
Movie
I
night.
just wanted to let like that's cool. Like
I
we're
said-
there.
I
Like our
said-
relationship's there now. Just letting you know. Like
Yeah,
Hey, when I come over,
immediately open the door.
what's up?
but
They just
with the outlet thing, huh? Okay, I'll wrap it up. With the outlet thing, how he was saying, like, find something that brings you joy. I've noticed that. You have that.
What do you mean?
You're knitting or crocheting, reading. You were telling me about, like, the books that you're reading. You even just earlier, you're like, I'm going to read that book next week. Your album collection, you know?
Yeah.
You have different ways. Your motorcycle. You know, you have different outlets.
Yeah.
So whenever you get stressful or like all these thoughts in your head, you just
And
find something that brings you joy,
or not necessarily like
something that keeps you busy to avoid the
what it
thoughts.
is for me is like kind of like peace. Like I find peace in certain things just because they're like predictable and like I understand them
Mm-hmm.
on a certain level. Like I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly like
Yeah.
sometimes like I used to get really mad and I just cut up vegetables because I went to I went through a
Culinary school.
program. Yeah,
Cooking is another thing.
yeah.
Those
Like,
pancakes were
1
bomb.
year. Oh yeah, you had one
I did.
and you didn't like pancakes.
I don't like pancakes.
You don't.
I mean, no, let me not say I don't like pancakes. I just prefer French toast or waffles.
Yeah.
But you did your
I
thing.
get it.
That's what's up.
Can't hate on that. But yeah, it's just having like something that I kind of like understand or know that I can fucking do, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna like I used to just start chopping up fucking vegetables and putting them aside. I'm gonna put them in the omelet, a quesadilla later. Fuck it.
It's like a
Just
science.
cutting up onions, peppers, or just certain things like, cause it's like my mind. I guess that's what my ADHD is. It's like I literally when I have like a pent up emotions, my hand will start like literally shaking like a motherfucker. I'm like, okay, I have to do something.
It comes out physically.
It literally be like this.
So you have to put that energy container.
Yeah.
So you just cut.
It's like it's like a buildup of energy that you don't know.
Yeah.
Like you can't like, walking's not doing it.
Yeah.
Something has to happen, and it's like I guess I use that to like do things. That's what like you know what I mean. Because I'm like, okay, I understand that everything's really not that hard. If you like, if you think it's hard,
Take the
it's
time.
10 times harder. So it's like I know, like, okay, crocheting's not a hard task. I could probably learn how to do that. Like,
Yeah, and I need you to teach me.
yeah. So, okay, now, okay, it makes once it makes sense, it clicks. Like, you know how to do it, and you
get in the rhythm of it.
I know how to crochet.
Right, and the crazy thing about that is it relates to literally like anything, because like every person does different things, but like that is like the same across
The same
everything.
principles, facts. When you focus on like the same principles of like learning and the same principles of like understanding things across the board, rather than just I feel like our society guides you towards like learning one thing forever, and like I'm like teaching for 30 years or doing this for 30 years, and not like you learn how to learn, or you learn how your mind works, and you like connect the dots. That's why I speak in metaphor, because there's like a little bit of the truth, and you can really connect everything together at the end of the day. Like I can make a metaphor literally out of anything, literally anything. I want
Anything.
pick something.
Anything. No, I was doing the cat in the hat thing,
Oh,
but I will pick something. Like pick a life lesson or pick like an object or
I don't know. I'll pick
podcast.
podcast.
That's not an object, but
No,
it's a thing.
It's an abstract thing.
it's an abstract thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the way that a podcast relates to trying to find something that's like really like extravagant, like that doesn't make any sense.
Okay, actually,
Something like physical.
but like you've already done it. I've seen you do it with the you don't know you had a bad apple until you had a good apple, and then you went into depth with that. You lost yourself, but I brought you back. Like
You got the idea.
Yeah, I got the idea.
I'm gonna get better at like that part eventually.
Yeah.
I hope. Wait. So it's wrap this up, huh?
What?
Yes, sir.
I'm about to say, what time do we get to like?
Now, and that's our show. No.
And cut.
But thanks for coming,
Yeah, this was awesome.
This is nice.
Desmond.
I think it's gonna be. Hopefully next time Jalen's here.
Yeah.
I want to have another one with both of y'all, and I definitely want Jalen on here. I want you to come back on the show again.
First show. I'm actually about to leave tomorrow though.
Yeah, I know. Tomorrow is June 7th.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Where you headed?
So much life happening at once. What the fuck?
He's going out of town for a job.
I mean,
He's a hitman. No, I'm joking.
nah, that's funny as fuck. Now I'm going to DC to visit my mentor and like be mentored for like 2 weeks and decide what I want to do in my life after those 2 weeks.
Okay.
and figure it out from there.
He's finna be on his monk shit,
Yo, like this shit.
meditating.
I mean, well, we can still talk after this, but we can. That's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
Type shit.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, what's you guys' signing off like thing? What's the sign off?
Oh, the we could be wrong thing. I feel like we really don't have one. We should make one. Let's make one right now.
I mean, we've tried multiple things.
We just be like, oh, we started off with the pod behavior. We can do type shit. Or no, like, we could pod behavior. Thanks for listening to our show. But then again, we could be wrong type shit. Come on, all of them.
That was fire. You put it together.
No, you say it.
I'm not gonna say all that.
You have to. It's wow.
Wait,
It's
say it one more time.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to hear
You
that a
even
couple more
remember it?
times.
yeah, I do.
Oh wow.
Pod behavior. Thanks for tuning into the show. But then again, always remember. No, wait. Pod behavior. Thanks for listening to the show. But always remember, we could be wrong. Type shit.
Type shit.
Shit.
Shit.